Steamed fish and okra. It's healthy, it's fresh, and it's super easy to cook. So starting off with the seasonings for our fish. Some fish seasoning. We're also going to use some all-purpose seasoning, some garlic granules, a little bit of salt, and some black pepper. And then we're going to mix this all together. Next, you want to take your fish that you've been cleaning by soaking in water and vinegar, and then we're going to score it so that the seasonings get nice and deep inside the fish. Start to take your seasoning and rub it in thoroughly. And now you want to save at least a tablespoon of the seasonings for later, as we're going to add them to our vegetables as well. Now to start the chopping process. It's a long process, but I like to get it out of the way early. So first of all, I'm going to chop up some tomatoes. I'm also going to chop up some brown onions and some spring onions. Then take 2 bell peppers of a different colour. We're going to slice these nice and thin. Similarly, take 2 carrots and slice these nice and thin. Lastly, we're going to take 3 garlic cloves and we're going to dice these nice and small. Then you can't forget one of the main sides of the dish, which is the okra. I'm going to chop up around 50 grams worth of okra. Get in your pot, add a little bit of vegetable oil and let it heat up on a high temperature. Then we're going to start off with our onions and our garlic, and we're going to cook these down until they become a little bit translucent, so that should take just a few minutes. At this point, I also add in some butter. You can also add it in when you are heating up your oil as well. Then I'm going to add all the rest of my vegetables, save for the okra, which we're going to add later on when we get the fish cooking as well. Now adding that seasoning that we saved from earlier on, mixing this all together and cooking these vegetables down. So you cook these vegetables down for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add a little bit of coconut milk and also some water. Chuck in the Scotch bonnet, and then you want to cook this down and let it boil away for about 10 minutes. After this, we're going to add in our fish. So I'm using 3 red snapper fishes. And then we're going to add in all of that okra, and then I cover the fish and start to steam it for 15 minutes in total. Halfway through the steaming process, I actually come back and flip the fish over just to make sure that it's getting cooked well on both sides. Now fish cooks really quickly, so overall this meal ends up being quite a fast one. Whilst it's cooking and once you flipped it, you want to come back, get a spoon, get those juices all over the fish. After 15 minutes, you are done. How delicious does this look? I am a big fan of fish. I love these meals where you just get the whole fish and you can just devour it literally down to the core. If you like this recipe, please remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.